Time is a game played beautifully by children. Life doesn't forgive weakness. We are all wounded souls. Some wounds just take longer to heal. To forget means to remember something that will never happen again. Life is just a moment between two eternities. The world has become so serious that humor is a risky profession. A man's dying is more his survivor's affair than his own. We are all at the mercy of time, and slowly, every one of us will reach our expiration date. Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels, but old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young. We are lost, and the only thing that saves us is love. Life is made up of work, pleasure, and contemplation. Work gives us meaning, pleasure keeps us sane, and contemplation adds depth to it all. In 3 words, I can't sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. The scars of the past cannot determine the sky of your future. The only value of life is what we bring to it. Don't believe in fate. Believe in yourself. Destiny is something we've invented because we can't stand the fact that everything that happens is accidental. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. You are young, and the young are allowed to make mistakes. Remember, your greatest mistake might be that you never made any mistakes at all. Happiness is the greatest good. It doesn't follow the laws of arithmetic. It's not a sum of money or a dividend of success. It is something multiplied by the imagination. Live life as if you'd die today. Dream as if you'd live forever. Life's greatest gift is its ability to end without warning. We do not ask for wisdom when it is offered. We only ask for freedom from pain. To be young is to move in a sphere of time where nothing is ever done and everything is yet to happen. The past was gone, the present was a dream, and the future was inconceivable. The greatest evil of our time is not the few who commit evil, but the many who let it happen. Every war is a war against the individual, against the spirit. Only in quiet waters things mirror themselves undistorted. Only in a quiet mind is adequate perception of the world. The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. We were 18 and had begun to love life and the world, and we had to shoot it to pieces. To feel nothing is better than to feel nothing at all. Time is what prevents everything from happening at once. A hospital alone shows what war is. The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, and cities. But to know someone who thinks and feels with us, and who, though distant, is close to us in spirit, this makes the earth for us an inhabited garden. I have lost my soul in books. I've become alive in people. Life is for the living. Death is for the dead. Let life be like music, and death a note and said. Art is the opposite of war. Art is the great democrat, calling forth creative genius from every sector of society, disregarding race or religion or wealth or color. There is no heroic poem in the world, but is at bottom a biography, the life of a man. Also it may be said, there is no life of a man, faithfully recorded, but is a heroic poem of its sort, rhymed or unrhymed. To have the fewest wants, and to be the most self-sufficient is the greatest wealth. Everything's fragile and vulnerable, especially when you think it's strong. It's queer that you don't know what it feels like to miss something, to miss what's past, to miss the future that perhaps never will come. You ought to be quite empty. You remember the picture of you that I gave you. That's you, the one without any clothes on. That's how you should remember yourself. The sense of life is an ideal sense. One lives only a brief life, no matter how many years one is granted. You're young, and there's only one duty you owe to history: to be a revolutionary. All the wrong people remember Vietnam. I think all the people who remember it should forget it and all the people who forgot it should remember it. A day only matters when it's gone. You're my closest friend. You're the bridge to the unknown. The only reason to stay alive if you've outlived yourself. Our life is not our life, only if we take it out of ourselves. Take it away from the swelling of the blood, from the hope, from the anticipations, from the present. It's the one thing they can't stop. Even if they kill you, you'll come back. You'll come back as a ghost. Death is like a debt, a little payment, and you're free from the obligation of life.